Acomy, number 22, Evan Lisa. Team coach, Evan. And now the storyline of Mozambique team. Well, and just
Sponsor officiel de la CAN Total Énergie 2025. Moteur allumé, passion allumée.
لا vache qui rit حاضرة في الملعب. حك البطاقة، جرب حظك وربح تذكرة باش تحتفل بأحسن ماتشات إفريقيا.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Africa Cup of Nations 2025 Group F action. Bring us a compelling matchup between Ivory Coast and Mozambique. Experience and ambition meet as both sides begin the group. Stay with us, African football is underway on Bein Sports.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Maybe it all starts here, to end up there. Sure, for us, it rather starts here and finishes over there. But it also goes through here, doesn't it? But whether it's here or there, behind your screen, in the stands, or on the pitch, Orange is here, proudly supporting African football for over 15 years.
These jerseys aren't 100% polyester. They are 30% lessons learned the hard way, 50% hope, turning threads into memories, 20% triumphs dreamed and prayed for. This is Africa, 100% made of us.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Africa Cup of Nations 2025 Group F action. Bring us a compelling matchup between Ivory Coast and Mozambique. Experience and ambition meet as both sides begin the group. Stay with us, African football is underway on Bein Sports.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Maybe it all starts here to end up there. Sure, for us, it rather starts here and finishes over there. But it also goes through here, doesn't it? But whether it's here or there, behind your screen, in the stands, or on the pitch, Orange is here, proudly supporting African football for over 15 years.
These jerseys aren't 100% polyester. They are 30% lessons learned the hard way, 50% hope, turning threads into memories, 20% triumphs dreamed and prayed for. This is Africa, 100% made of us.
Yes, of course, the pitch looks conducive for football and looks so perfect. So I'm very sure the players will enjoy it. It is a hybrid pitch, and meaning there's a mixture of synthetic and natural turf there. It's very hard to tell them apart, even at close observation. But I suppose that's part of why they've got to such a quality out here. And of course, the technology has advanced that much that these artificial surfaces are of a much superior quality than they used to be in years gone by. Sides then have lined up and are ready for the singing of the national anthems, and we will pause for the anthems. And up first is l'Abidjanaise, the national anthem of la Côte d'Ivoire. Rendition of l'Abidjanaise, the anthem of Côte d'Ivoire. And now for the Patria Amada, beloved homeland, the anthem of Mozambique. The anthem of Mozambique, Patria Amada, our beloved homeland. The formalities dispensed within. It's just about time for action. We'll take you through the team news in a moment. And some big news, of course, coming from the side of Côte d'Ivoire, where coach Hermes Faye has made some big calls in terms of those he has included and those that he has left out. Of course, as you see the man in your picture, we'll grab the headlines. That's Wilfried Zaha. Yes, he is back in the side for the first time since October 2023. Left out of the last Nations Cup, he's back. Franck Cassier will be captain in the side, and look up at front there for the exciting young talent that is the world is raving about. Jan Diomande of RB Leipzig will lead the line this evening for the Les Elephants as they get going in defense of their title. So lots of changes. Only two survivors from the last official match that Côte d'Ivoire played, which was a friendly against Oman, which they won by 2-0 in the middle of November. Only Geslan Konan and Evan Ndika are survivors from that particular game. Then for the vastly experienced Mesher captains Mozambique, match referee Samuel Wikunda of Rwanda, who he took charge of two group matches at the last Africa Cup of Nations. It's the second Nations Cup for one of the younger referees, one of the rising talents of African football refereeing. VAR is, of course, in operation this evening. And so let's talk then about what the members have done. Mozambique, as I said, captained by Mesher, and looking out for the talents of Jenny and Renildo of Sunderland, who really has stolen the headlines, along with his newly promoted Premier League side. And just talk to us about how you expect them to line up then.
Yes, obviously that's what I was expecting. MS5 have gone for his favorite
formation 4-3-3. He used Sangara as a holding midfielder and allowed Siri and Frankesi, the captain, to set forward and add a lot of attack. And they have an experienced defender, Ndinka, at the back, who is very strong in the area drills and a very good in 1v1 as well. They have, of course, their talisman, with Resaka, Taha, very explosive in 1v1 and strong in acceleration as well. When he goes to Francesco Conde, he also have deployed the 4-3-3 formation as well, using only one pivot, who can do a lot of transitions and win balls as well. They have Gima in midfield as well. And away we go. It's match number 11 at the Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025. The defending champions, Côte d'Ivoire, against Mozambique. The rallying call be Allez les éléphants. It'll be Vamos, os Mambas. Ifambe, Mozambique, as immediately showing their intent there with that young fellow that I was making reference to a little earlier, young Diomand, already looking to test Hernan in goal. He is Hermes Faye, a man who was the best coach, voted best coach, not surprisingly, having led the Elephants to the title and on home soil. As I said, what a journey it was to get to the final there. Having qualified for the knockout stages as the fourth best of the third placed finishers from the various groups. So really scraping into the group, into the knockout phases, and then going on to do the unthinkable. And of course, the hero of that, one of the heroes, I should say, of that victory is Alors. Unfortunately, was given all the time to try and prove his fitness, or get fit ahead of the start of the tournament. But as that one runs away from Kessier, Sebastian Alors was unable to recover from a hamstring injury now. That's a little bit of a worry there. Gislan Konan with a bit of a limp there. Also not featuring is Nicolas Pepe. Another one now, could be something on here. So Mozambique now also look to try and show some attacking intent. As I said, I think they have it within them. If they just play and open, they're freely as they can. The pressure is not on them. Everybody expecting their vastly superior opponents here to dominate. Côte d'Ivoire ranked 42 in FIFA's latest rankings. Mozambique lowly 102. Chiquinho Conde, man who's been in charge of the Mozambique national side since 2021 now. In comes the corner. Côte d'Ivoire clear their lines and look to break out in attack now. Zaha. Wilfried Zaha looking for the cutback. Cleared away, but they will retain possession, will Côte d'Ivoire. 26 Africa Cup of Nations appearances for the defending champion, having first featured at an AFCON in 1961. Compared to Mozambique, who are here for a sixth time, having made their debut back in '86. Zaha stopped in his tracks. The game has started very well for both clubs. Zaha linking play very well with his midfielders, and of course, Frankesi, how he can set forward as well. Good play from both teams.
Well, speaking about his inclusion, MS5 said he couldn't ignore the form that Zaha has been showing out in the US at Major League Soccer, where he's currently on loan from Galatasaray. He's had 10 goals. He's joined
joined Charlotte in January, scored 10 goals in 33 appearances, so he's been a regular and has also been finding the back of the net. And it's the kind of form that justified his inclusion by the coach. Incidentally, Sebastian Aller, who was officially dropped from the squad on last Friday, has been replaced by Evan Gesson of Aston Villa in the English Premier League, currently going great guns. Aston Villa and in the title mix. Who would have thought? Amad Diallo, speaking of Premier League-based players, he was looking for the free kick, nothing given. Ball whipped in there with intent, menacing ball.
Mozambique is doing high pressing and winning balls at the opponent half, and it's really helping them in this first 5 minutes.
There you go. Come out here to compete of Mozambique. Win possession again in midfield. Diallo gets it back for the Elephants. We've just joined us. Côte d'Ivoire in the bright orange colors, the traditional bright orange colors. As the referee is going to stop play here because of a heavy collision there. Heavy collision between Yann Tumand and Mesher, the skipper of Mozambique.
Yes, he got the ball on the flanks. Very good pace, 1v1, went inside the box and slipped and hit Mesa. It was a foul against Ivory.
And this Tumand has been in amazing form at RB Leipzig. Only 4 caps for his country coming into this one, but it's his club form that has been most impressive and is catching attention of clubs from the top European leagues. He's had 6 goals and 3 assists in 14 Bundesliga appearances this season. Let's have a look at that burst into the box again from him. That's what you see them taking on the defenders. He's had 29 take-ons, successful take-ons, the highest number in the Bundesliga this season. You can see it immediately on display there with that charge into the box.
He's very quick, he has pace, and he's not afraid to take defenders on. Good player.
Wearing that now familiar face mask. Starting at the back with Hernan. It's Mozambique. Look to build out the pack immediately. Côte d'Ivoire applying the press. We've seen the press being used to great effect by a number of teams in this competition, Badu. Let's take a look at this is opening up here for Mozambique now. Bruno. So Bruno. Great ball for Bruno! And stinging the gloves there of Fofana. Shot coming in from Jenny. It's Jenny again.
I think Mozambique have started playing very well, looking for that pocket passes, and obviously they are getting them. They do a quick transition from the right side to the left side, and that was a great shot, but it was feeble one to score for Fofana.
Directed Fofana. It's going to take a little bit more than that to beat him. Manu's playing today in his 29th appearance for country. Plays his football for Rizespor in Turkey. Looking to do something down this right-hand side. A lot of attacks have gone down that left-hand side via Diomande. Diallo. Can hear the hum of it. Here he is again, taking them on. Diomande, such an exciting player. Every time he gets on the ball, there's a real buzz around the stadium in anticipation of him producing a little bit of magic. Mozambique, of course, coming into this tournament looking for their first win at a Nations Cup. Have yet to win in 15 previous matches at the Africa Cup Nations.
Mozambique are playing with two options. Either they want pocket passes or they'll go long. And I think Kuma should have controlled this ball well and give a penetration good pass.
Yes, yeah. Diomande asking for it and getting it. Exchanging passes neatly there with Conan. Corner. Gislan Conan. It's the man that wins the corner. That was that attempt from Jenny straight at Fofana, who made a bit of a meal of it.
Yeah, the goalkeeper doesn't want to take risks and point the ball away.
Yeah, of course, the ball will be slippery in these conditions. So just got enough of it. He got his body behind the ball as the corner comes in. Away from the danger area by Kambala. Here is Jenny Catamo. Plays for Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. Hernan. It was Ivan Urwal who's on the bench, who started the warm-up match that they played against Angola out in Portugal just before the start of the tournament. But the man who's dominated, or who's been the number one, has been Hernan, who's played all but one of the qualifying games, both for AFCON and for the World Cup. Good ball over the top here. It's a quality cross, and it's a decent one. Just not quick enough for to get the shot away there, but it was a good ball in to pick out Witty in the box. Great service from wide from the flank there.
Good ball. I told you about it. They are looking for long balls, and really effective for them. Great cross. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the touch. Went out. Great ball. Beautiful.
And if Côte d'Ivoire are going to hold the high line like that and try and play the offside trap, you're going to have to be very careful. You saw there how they were found out. And that's that touch. Not the best from Witty. So they had that ball over the top. They always hear coaches talk about that if you are going to play the high line, you better make sure there's pressure on the ball. It's a poor pass.
Mozambique pressing very high, winning all the 50-50 balls, using the long balls to outsmart his opponent.
Ibrahim Sangare, it was forced into that loose pass.
come again down that right-hand side. We're finding a lot of joy through Alphonse. And wins the corner. It's Kalila has made the overlapping run there, the right back. He's got a bit of pace about him, definitely onside. Beautifully done to bring the ball down.
Great pass from Jena Kataumo. We have right back Kalila. Unfortunately, the cross didn't go as he planned.
By the end of tonight, we will have completed the ball whipped in here. Behind for a goal kick. We will have completed the first round of matches as we pause to celebrate Christmas tomorrow. Most unusual to be at a Nations Cup at Christmas time. So unique is this particular tournament. See how evenly the numbers are. You wouldn't have guessed that coming into the game. You wouldn't have predicted that. But goes to show, as we've seen in earlier games in this tournament, there are no easy games. So what do it. Floating one in. Zaha was the intended recipient. Vifiza dropped for the last Nations Cup, so missed out on the glory of winning the cup on home soil. Vifiza was born in Côte d'Ivoire, but he moved to the UK with his family when he was only about a young lad, and played for England at junior level and even at senior level in a friendly, but having not played in a competitive match.
That was a strong tackle from Due to Witty.
Collected in the end by Hernan. Well, so far so good, we would say, from a Mozambique point of view. The longer they can stay in the game, they'll grow in confidence, and they are competing out there. They're not sitting back. They're giving as good as they're getting. And now the high press, this time coming from Côte d'Ivoire, but a foul by Ibrahim Sangare.
Jena Katomo is a delightful player to watch. Very good player, 1v1. He controls the game very well as well.
This runs away for goal kick. Running away from Kima. Ricardo Guimarães. This goes by the name Kima. Of course, Mozambique, like Angola, tend to go by their nicknames, all in the interest of preserving space on the back of the shirts. Their names are so long, they will cover the entire back of the shirt if they all had to down their very long surnames.
Ivory Coast are finding it difficult to get that pocket passing and get their star man, Zaha, up front.
Diallo yet to get into the game, yet to get a run at the defenders. Now he does, and he's won a free kick in a dangerous position. Promising situation here for the defending champions. Look at the number of men that descended on him as soon as he got the ball.
Three players on him, and he grabbed him up from the back. That's a complete foul. He's gradually coming in the game. He's very explosive and he's very creative and with quick decision making as well. Very dangerous ball.
Diallo himself is no slouch in these situations from a dead ball. Chance to test Hernan in the goals. It's got a three-man wall there, guarding his near post. Diallo into the wall. Ball does its job. Disappointing effort from Diallo. 20 minutes into it. And this Group F clash. Côte d'Ivoire 0, Mozambique 0. Referee's given a free kick then to Mozambique. Ndika with a foul on Ratifo.
Good free kick, but a good block from Renato Mandeva.
Last meeting between these sides was a World Cup qualifier in November 2021. Côte d'Ivoire ran out comfortable winners by 3-0 on that occasion. In fact, of the 5 previous meetings between these two sides, the best Mozambique have done against Côte d'Ivoire is 2 draws. Miscue there from Kelatue from Strasbourg.
I think he should have been calm. He has space in front of him, and he can play 1v1 with Zaha up front. Wasted effort.
Wrong option exercise on that occasion. Well, there's still some people streaming into the stadium, which is good to see. Certainly creates an atmosphere for the players as well. No player wants to play in front of an empty stadium. They all want the 12th player in attendance. Jenny felt that should have been their throw-in. Due wants the return from Diallo. Forced backwards. Foul on Diomande.
That was a beautiful turn. Great player.
He's 19 years old. He's certainly been touted as one of the young players to watch at this tournament. And there is quite a fair sprinkling of very talented teenagers that will be featuring at this Nations Cup. Good pressure being applied here by Côte d'Ivoire. Appeals for a handball, waved away by referee Mr. Wikunda. Kessier. Za. Now the break for Mozambique. Jenny on the ball. Needs support. Has allowed Côte d'Ivoire to regroup. Come again with Reinildo. Due. Comfortable to play out of deep inside their own territory here, Côte d'Ivoire. As Mozambique look to apply the press, they want to play through the press. Carrying the ball there, Conan. Good tackle to intercept that one. Where the fullback, all right, wingback Kalila. He is on the ball. Plays for Santa Clara in Portugal's top league. Due as Diallo slips. Well, the rain has abated for now. Much to the relief of those in the stands, no doubt. Yet to have a real shot in anger from either side in this first 25 minutes. Even though both sides have been attacking, but
the game has been very compact for both clubs. They're doing very well, especially Mozambique, possessing the ball very well, very calm on the ball. They are not in a rush, and they switch play very well, looking for pocket passes, who is working for them.
Now Diallo almost got the better there. He gets the ball again, no? He's done well, Diallo. Due with a dangerous looking ball in. Miscued by Jomand at the back post there. Much better from Côte d'Ivoire. He knows he should have done a lot better, but they did so well here, Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes, they did very well. Due with a beautiful cross. Diamande unfortunately didn't get the ball well, but it was a teasing ball that if the goalkeeper was not effective, he should have scored. Great save from the goalkeeper, not to risk anything.
Won a corner from that. Keeper actually would have dipped under the crossbar, so Hernan had to take evasive action at the cost of a corner here. Diallo wearing Ahmed on the back of his shirt. It's a decent looking ball in quality. Still alive. Good work to win it back though. Mozambique. See the attempts on goal. Shots indicating 3 on target. I guess that one would have counted as a shot on target, that effort from Diomand. And we've seen the couple of team efforts at the other end against Fofana. But still an evenly balanced game thus far.
Yes, very balanced game. Both clubs are compact.
Due. Ahmad. Ahmad again. Switching sides to Diomand. Free kick has gone against Gima. Of course, pleases innocence. It's very rarely that you see a player owning up to a foul.
Beautiful cross on his left foot. That was not a strong leg. He was able to get it, but the goalkeeper was very effective and pointed the ball outside.
As I said, not his strong foot, but very capable of both feet is Diomand. Smacked the ball left and right. This is another dangerous, not too dissimilar to the one that Ahmad Diallo took from the other side of the box.
Bismillah by Saha is going for this.
To see him score free kicks plenty in his days at Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Wilfried Zaha. Ahmad coming into the game more and more now, combining with Due. Corner. comes off Bruno. Doing some coaching from the stands there.
The combination from Due and Ahmad is working perfectly for Ivory Coast.
Short one taken this time. Ahmad! Oh. Living dangerously, Mozambique, if they allow him to shoot from that type of range. Half an hour in though. Still, we await the first goal in this one.
Great shot. His body positioning was good, but it was unfortunate.
Confirmation then. The level pegging. By the way, we have yet to see a goalless draw at this Nations Cup, and this is certainly not a game you would have thought would produce the first goalless draw, but we still have a long way to go in this one. And looking at the attacking intent of both these sides, I'll be most surprised if we don't get a goal. Ahmad with a double team on him there. Due. Cleared away by Jogo Kalila.
We are not getting a lot of chances because both teams have a strong defensive shape. It's really helping both teams.
Meaty challenge there, but a fair one according to Mr. Oikunda. Probing down that left-hand side. Cut inside now, looking dangerous again. Brilliant little one to Jomand, very nearly getting onto the return ball. Such an explosive player, quick off the mark. And it's a nightmare for a defender when a player races into the box at pace like that, Badu.
He's so delightful to watch. He's very good 1v1. He's not afraid to take players on. And he has great impact in the game for Ivory Coast.
First meeting between these two sides was actually in the opening match of the 86 Nations Cup. Could be a chance here! Oh, and he's put it wide! What a chance that was for Gislan Konan. It opened up in front of him. Excellent work from Ahmad. Just wide of that left-hand upright. He would have been stranded with Hernan. Nowhere near it.
Beautiful work from Ahmad.
Seemed to take his eye off the ball at the last moment there, because he even miscued it. Not only did he miss the target, but he didn't actually strike the ball cleanly.
I think he could have done better. Knowingly the ball came, it was a great cutback. He came directly with his left foot, and that was a strong leg. He should have done better.
He's yet to score in his 46 previous appearances for country. Here he goes again. This time the referee has seen enough, and that will be the first yellow card of the game. Witi goes into the book.
Brilliant player. never afraid to take players on. Dangerous play from Witty, from the back, very dangerous. He deserves the yellow card.
Good. Left the referee really with no choice there. And now he's going to have to tread very carefully henceforth, Witty. So nothing witty about that challenge, referee Uikunda. 10 minutes to go to the break. Zah. Get up, they clear their lines now. Could be a chance here for Sheni to break, but swamped immediately by those orange shirts. But got the free kick to Mozambique. Live to fight another day. Saying the first meeting between the two sides was in 1986 when Mozambique were making their debut. Possession, Côte d'Ivoire on top there. I think they're starting to pile on a bit the pressure now. Mozambique are struggling to get out of their own half in the last 10 or so minutes.
Obviously, but they're not afraid to play. They have a lot of spaces in the midfield, which is really helping them to get out from their half.
Here come Côte d'Ivoire again. Zah's man went down under the challenge there. Mesher, skipper of this Mozambican side, playing in his third Africa Cup of Nations. 37 years old now, Mesher. Made his debut at the Nations Cup in 2010. The elder statesman of this Mozambique side, not the elder statesman. That title belongs to a certain Dominguez, 42 years old, sitting on the bench for Mozambique. Ahmad teasing Bruno. Ahmad again, certainly getting into the game now. He's into it, starting to be a real threat. Real menace down this right-hand side. Mozambique with men behind, with numbers behind the ball now, making it very difficult for Côte d'Ivoire to penetrate. As this man though has got a bag of tricks. Great turn from Zah. Still Zah. But Jenny cleverly done, draws the foul and will relieve the pressure.
You can see Jenny is very determined. He's doing everything for his team. He search for us, come back and defend very well. Great work rate. Looking at how compact Mozambique has been, it's been very difficult for Ivory Coast to penetrate through the middle. So they are going on the flanks with Conan and Diamant, and on the other side with Duel and Ahmad, and it's very effective for them.
Yes, they've done it extremely well. And now what can Mozambique offer going forward? Kima. Jenny. Bruno. Jenny again, pulling the strings in that midfield. Now he's looking for probing down this left-hand side. Mozambique calling for it in the boxes. Kalila, who had gone on the overlap, now has to track back because they've got some defending to do here. Ahmad, excellent challenge. Excellently done by Reinildo, my Sunderland defender. So what a season he's having with his Premier League club side. Half-time approaching, 5 minutes to go, still locked at 0-0. And neither keepers really had a great deal to do. I think that's maybe what will disappoint Emre Fai, is that for all the MS5 rather, for all the possession they've had, not really created too many clear-cut chances. But that's a tribute as well to how organized Mozambique's defense has been. Badu?
Yes, the defense have done a great job. The likes of Ronaldo Mandava has been very instrumental in the leadership at the back, with Guma in midfield controlling everything with his work rate and linking very well with the defense, have really helped them to stabilize their defense, and it's making things very difficult for Ivory Coast to penetrate.
Côte d'Ivoire, who interestingly qualified second out of their group behind Zambia. Mozambique also qualified second behind Mali. In a group that also had Guinea-Bissau and Eswatini. Côte d'Ivoire were in a group with Zambia, Sierra Leone and Chad. In the end, Zambia topped the group with 13 points to Côte d'Ivoire's 12. Nildo fouled there by Sangare. I wonder who would be the happier of the two coaches come half-time, Badu. I imagine Chiquinho will be quite pleased with how his plan has been executed out there.
I think the Mozambique coach, Francesco Conde, has been fantastic. His game plan have worked perfectly for them, and they are playing delightful football.
Kambala, who surprisingly is the lone player in the Mozambique squad who plays his football in South Africa's Premier Soccer League. A surprise given the proximity, and just a surprise also given the history of players from Mozambique over the years that have played in South Africa's Premier Soccer League. These days, a lot more cosmopolitan feel about the Mozambique national team, with players playing all over the world in all kinds of exotic locations. Now Due. Safety first there from Kalila, who says didn't get the call. So he went, put it behind, played where you're facing.
You are having a great game. Surging forward, making decent crosses. With a good combination with Ahmad on the flanks.
Although ideally you don't want to be defending fancy your own goal like that. As a miscue that header, it goes flying into the net. Corner, another corner here for Côte d'Ivoire. Za, punched away by Hernan. It's found as far as Due. Siomand will look to take his man on again. It's done well, floats one to the back post. Challenge there. Ooh, I think he may have done. Oh, the keeper recovers well. Initially just parried it back straight into play. and recovered well to make the save, but they might have a problem here, Mozambique, because Jenny is down after going in for the tackle on Kusunu. It slips through his hands there and got lucky. And that's why I guess you should rather, in these conditions, punch the ball away, Badu.
Yes, he did a great job. Frankes is always in a good position to score for his nation. The goalkeeper did very well, and after recovered very well and picked the ball from Sangara. Some smiles on his face. The pitch is a bit slippery, both slippery, and I think he was having a slippery gloves. Nearly missed the ball.
Jenny down there, still receiving treatment. Nicely done there. Floated ball by Diomande.
But Diomande has been very fantastic for them. This first 45 minutes, he's been a danger for Ivory Coast. He have done everything he should have done in the game. Going 1v1 with players, not afraid to play. Good link-up play with Sarah all the time, and having a good game with Conan on the flanks as well. Great player, very young, have a lot of potential in him.
So picture there of, so in your picture there, Jenny on his haunches there, but he is up and running again. Into the second of the minimum 2 minutes added on. Diomande's silky skills really. Yes, Kessier. And he wins the free kick, and referee will allow the free kick. This will probably be the last passage of play. Manuel Kambala, the man penalized. This will be the last passage of play before the halftime break. Ahmad taking on Bruno. Bruno standing strong. It's a Ratifo there that was crowded out. Quickly taken throw in. Six times they've met, 4 times Côte d'Ivoire have won. The best result that Mozambique have managed has been at 2 draws. And of course, still searching for their first win at a Nations Cup. Osman Bash. Ahmad. See their lines to Mozambique. Through Witty, and that is it for the first 45 minutes. I think Mozambique was certainly be delighted with their efforts. They had to be on the back foot for the most of that first half. But
so, friends, 45 minutes are gone, and it's time for a quick break. 0-0. Ivory Coast and Mozambique now goals. Let's go to a break, and we're coming back. You're watching beIN Sports.
Rooted in culture, driven by connection. These stories flow between continents, leading a new generation of talent and opportunity. Africa and Europe, together we rise.
Welcome back, friends. You're watching beIN Sports and you're watching the Africa Cup of Nations. Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire taking on Mozambique. And there's one team creating chances. It's the host team, the reigning champions, knocking the door again and again. Take a look at that pass. Amadialo going back, but the ball was shaving the post. At the end, nothing happened. And then another great save by Hernan. So, 0-0. Let's go to a break. Welcome back, and the most important tournament in African football is underway on beIN Sports. It's the Africa Cup of Nations, the greatest show on the continent, and now you can enjoy all the matches live on beIN Sports Connect. Subscribe for only $5.99 a month and don't miss a single goal. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the app now. All beIN Sports content in one place and one low price. Subscribe to beIN Sports Connect. And guess what? We have so much more of the Africa Cup of Nations. Cameroon taking on Gabon today, 2:50 p.m. Eastern Time, 11:50 a.m. Pacific Time on Bein Sports and Bein Sports en Español.
Here, we're known for our sense of service. It's all about finding ways to support you. Day after day, doing everything we can to be useful and providing energy in all its forms. Everywhere, every time, all across the continent.
Power your moment. Techno, the global partner of AFCON 2025.
Welcome back, friends. You're watching Bein Sports and you're watching the Africa Cup of Nations. At the moment, the reigning champions are playing against Mozambique. Ivory Coast is trying. They've had interesting opportunities, but unfortunately for them, they have not scored yet. 7 total shots for Ivory Coast and 2 shots on target. On the other side, Mozambique struggling a little bit when they're trying to create something offensively. Only 2 total shots and 1 of them on target. Ball possession, for example, 55% for Ivory Coast, 45% for Mozambique. Don't forget that they are sharing the Group F alongside Cameroon and Gabon. These 2 sides will be playing after this match. So it will be very important for Ivory Coast to get the 3 points today, because Cameroon and Gabon won't be easy. Looks like Mozambique could be that opponent that Ivory Coast could be a little bit more comfortable, but at the moment, that is not happening. Even when they've had the greatest chances, at the moment they are struggling. And if the time is passing, well, maybe Ivory Coast will start to feel frustrated, and that would be very, very dangerous for them. This is also a mental game, and we are getting ready for the next 45 minutes. So we are all ready. Thank you for joining us on Bein Sports.
And in fact, if anything, quite the opposite. We've had 27 goals scored in those 10 matches. We're back underway. It's Côte d'Ivoire in orange. If you've just joined us, in Mozambique attacking the goal in the second half to the right of your picture as the rain starts to come down again. Marrakesh has been spared a lot of the torrential rain that we've seen around the country at this Nations Cup, but it has arrived just to add a little bit of moisture to the already cold temperatures. Northern Hemisphere winters. Previously had a Nations Cup take place in the Northern Hemisphere winters in Egypt twice, 2006 and 2019, and way back in 2004 in Tunisia. There was also another wet Mediterranean winter. Mozambique will be well pleased with their efforts from the first half. Well, the record for the most number of matches played before has been a goalless draw at this Nations Cup was back in 2012 when we had 32 matches played before a goalless draw. The third meeting between Mozambique and Côte d'Ivoire at a Nations Cup. The first having come back in '86 when Mozambique were making their debut.
Ivory Coast present have not been effective. They allow their opponent to get the ball before they rush in, and like that, everybody can play. That's why they are struggling in the game for the second half.
Côte d'Ivoire came into this tournament with on the back of a run of form in their last 5 matches, 3 wins, 1 loss, and a draw. A draw coming against Gabon, who they will be facing again in this group. For Mozambique, well, they run on form. It included 2 wins in the only 2 wins in their last 5. The last win was against Somalia. And the one before that was against fellow Southern African side Botswana. Due. Floating one into the box. It could fall here, and a great chance, and it's the opener. Ahmad gets the defending champions up and running. That's his third for his country. It's a breakthrough they've been waiting for. And a roar erupts around the Grand Stade de Marrakesh. Well worked, and just defensively letting themselves down there. Mozambique not competing for the second ball.
What can we say about this? Great ball from Guel. Inside the box to Frankesi. He's always in the box. Flick the ball back. The defenders were watching. Ahmed beautifully used his right foot to place the ball. Absolutely brilliant goal. The goalkeeper cannot do anything about it. Great goal. Great player.
A lot of ball watching there in defense for Mozambique. And Hernan, nothing he could do about that. Through the legs of Reinildo. And having defended so well up to now, have been breached at last. Delight for MS5.
And I think their defense completely lost their discipline.
Yeah.
3 players, just miscommunication. Stand there, Ahmad pass through and get the goal. Brilliant goal. The game will change now.
Yeah. Amad Diallo opens the scoring. A perfect start to the second half And I guess it's those critical moments they speak of in the game have to be switched on early at the start of a half and just before the break as well. Diallo could be in again here. Slips in. Corner. Mesher doing that defensive work.
Ivory Coast is very aggressive now. After the goal, they are coming forward, and Mozambique have lost control in the last 5 minutes in the game.
They need to regroup now. That goal by Ahmad means that we now maintain this great record of a goal in every match thus far at the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025. All the way back to Fofana. He's been largely a spectator in this game. To be fair, even Hernan at the other side hasn't had a great deal to do, and he was left exposed by his defenders there. A lot of ball watching. Kima standing up all by himself as the ball was played into an empty space there for Ahmad to race onto. I'm not sure, that flick didn't quite work out for Zaha. And how do Mozambique respond now? Of course, Côte d'Ivoire opened they opened the campaign in 2023 on home soil with a win over Guinea-Bissau, 2-0 before the wheels came off in spectacular fashion.
I think they shouldn't lose their balance. They should keep playing and find some pocket passes for Gatamo and Whitty. It will help them. But for now, I think they are a bit frustrated. They don't know either to go long or to go short.
Yeah, no, certainly are going to have to regroup and resettle down. Three-time champions up and running. Three-time champions, twice runners-up. 2006 and 2012. Côte d'Ivoire are unbeaten in 13 opening games at the Africa Cup of Nations. Have won 8 and drawn 4. The last time they lost an opening game was way back in 1996 in South Africa when they lost by 2-0 against Ghana. Ghana conspicuous by their absence here. Sorry to remind you, Badu.
Look weird.
That goal would have settled them down. Not that they were nervy at all, the Côte d'Ivoire. I think we're just frustrated by some really a well-organized Mozambique defense that just went to sleep. I didn't realize the game had started after coming out for the second half. Here's Ahmad now with a chance to run at his man, and that's going to be a yellow surely. Indeed it is. And it's Renildo was taken to the cleaners. I'm not sure why he's protesting.
I also don't know why he's protesting. It's 1v1, he beat him comfortably and he pulled him down.
Second Mozambique player into the book then.
He should be very calm. He's well experienced, but he shouldn't lose his discipline.
Sunderland man giving away the free kick. It's quite some way out, and I'm sure one or two of these Ivorians will fancy their chances even from that kind of distance. especially in these conditions. If you strike it well, it will be very difficult to deal with. 10 minutes into the second half. Les Elephants, the defending champions, lead through a goal by this man. Floats one to the back post. Hernan taking no chances, punches it away. So one slipped through his gloves earlier. Referee has given a free kick. Or is it a throw-in? It's a throw-in to Côte d'Ivoire. Hamad is at club level is 2 goals in 16 matches for Manchester United this season, in what's been an up and down season for the Red Devils. It's now bucketing down here in Marrakesh. Doué engages Ahmad. And this time the Reinildo wins the ball legally. Former Atletico Madrid man. Jenny playing it with Gima. Jenny is seemed to be bundled over, but the referee decides 6 of the one, half dozen of the other. Weirdly, seemed to get a little shove in the back. I wonder whether Coach Chiquinho Conde will be considering making some changes.
Well, I think so. Now we have nothing to lose. He needs to bring men up front that can do a link-up play with their flanks, and it will really help him. But still, they are still in the game. Early days, yes, we still have time to go.
Yeah, still quite a bit of football, just over half an hour of football to be played. Zaha, tripped by Ratifo, who's having to track back in his help out in defense. Nothing happening at the other end for him.
Great player. His link-up play has been very good. He also wins a lot of fouls for Ivory Coast.
He's adapted. He's very good at doing that. Wilfried Zaha, from his time in the Premier League, was accused of being a diver, but he was very clever in winning free kicks. And this is good stuff here, cutting in the side here. Conan, still Conan. Lays it back to Zaha. Muscled off the ball this time. Now Kima can get Mozambique going forward. He's got Geni to his right. Ratifo going through the middle. Geni tracking back to help out this Jomand and wins the ball. Ahmad sets off on a run.
Good play from Jomand. Sangara lost the ball, but he tracked back to get the ball back. Good play. Ivory Coast are gradually getting their pocket passing, and it's really helping them.
Comes off Jomand, and the signal is a goal kick. Alphonse plays for Dunfermline in Scotland, born in Germany, interestingly, and not a connection that you would ordinarily make with Mozambique and Germany, but more, of course, tend to have more links with Portugal, given their colonial history. Sprinkling of players in this Mozambique side that are born in Portugal, as of course on the side of Côte d'Ivoire, there's a number of players who played junior football for France before switching allegiance to Côte d'Ivoire. And you have the unique case of Zaha, who actually played a senior match for England, and remember at the time that he switched to Côte d'Ivoire, Roy Hodgson saying he wished he had played him in an official game to ensure that he didn't make the move or didn't just opt for Côte d'Ivoire. Sometimes it's been when players do switch allegiance like that, they're accused of trying to take the easy way out. To certainly can't accuse Zaha at the time when he made the decision of doing that. Now it's opening up here. Zaha working it wide. Ahmad cuts inside. Miscue from Due, but it might still fall here. Hanging it to the back post. Oh! Wide from Kessier. Frank Kessier unable to direct that cross forwards. Great work from Conan. He's done excellent work down this left-hand side.
Yes, great ball from Conan, saying an in-swinger, and obviously who again? Frank Kessier. Always at the right place, always at the right time, and he delivered a very powerful header, but he was unfortunately missed the post by an inch. Ivory Coast are very calm, compact, passing the ball very well and gradually finding the pocket passes.
Just looking to the benches here, and it looks as if it's MS5 that is going to make the first move. Mozambique are also preparing a change as we hit the hour mark. Look at the efforts on target now, 3-1. That's an injection of some fresh legs to Mozambique. I fancy they've done a lot of chasing in this game. Here it goes again, Conan. Who can he pick out this time? Comes to Zaha! A great block from Bruno.
Miscommunication. Should have left the ball for Frank Kessier. It should have been 2-0.
Performance in the opening game is not paramount that you put on a great display. What is important though is to try and get the win.
Absolutely. To get the win, the important is not to lose the game. From that, you start gaining confidence in the subsequent games.
Comes again, Conan! I was unselfish there when I thought he might go for goal himself. It comes off Mesher for a corner. I thought he'd hit it there. It's a tight angle, but
it was his weaker foot, so he wanted to do a cover for Zaha. But unfortunately, that was a good block from Mesher, the captain. He has been very fantastic at the back for Mozambique.
You can see it was a pardon there that with the attempted cutback, they've got a corner. Going to ground as he attempted to take that shot. A little frustrated with himself. Here he is again on set-piece duty, goes short to Diomande. Zaha, as you say, he's been fantastic with his link-up play. I think his performance tonight has justified his inclusion in the squad.
He's well experienced. He link-up play very well with Diomande and Conan on the left flank.
He's had a great game. Diomande's gone a little quiet in the second half. Zaha definitely his experience showing. Kept them ticking over. comes to Sangare. Sangare again. Conan. Sangare lets it run and almost fortuitously falling into his path again. Clearing his lines is Kalila. First Nations cap for Kalila. 25 minutes to go. Ahmad going to take them on. This ball played in there by slipped in and a chance! Flag. Well, the flag had stayed down. The flag had stayed down. It's another real chance there.
Another rare chance by who again? Frankesi again. You got the ball, a great touch, one touch from a dump by Sangara. Frankesi nearly missed the ball. I think he got injured, eh?
Oh my goodness. It looked like take a look at it from this angle and see as he goes sliding in. No, it hits the upright with his bum.
Yeah.
That could have gone horribly wrong. I think the entire male population watching gives a huge sigh of relief on his behalf. First change then, Gildo replaces Ratifo. A helpless Ratifo really never got into it. Gildo comes in. He's an attacker, likes to play wide on the right-hand side. Plays his football in Turkey. And there's a double change as well, by the looks of things here for Côte d'Ivoire. When it gets to Serrez goes off, one of those who was recalled for the first time since October 2024. Serrez had a good game, but maybe just ran out of gas there. So Gildo replacing Witi, and Dominguez has now been introduced for Manuel Kambala as they go for an attacking option. Dominguez now becomes the second oldest player ever to feature at a Nations Cup. At the age of 42, the great Dominguez. And Zaha has also been given a rest.
Beautiful one-touch football from Ivory Coast. A link up, very good link up with Fofana, Sangara, and Zaha, and Ahmad.
Oh, Bruno there. Went off, going off his feet there. A little bit naughty there.
But that was a great tackle.
Was it? Yes. Went in strong there, but when you see a player go off his feet like that, you fear the worst. And it comes and overhit.
That was a push.
Yeah, and it was a push on in the box stick. Free kick for Mozambique.
Push from the back from Kosono.
"20 minutes to go." Ahmad Diallo still separating the sides. Dominguez just floated in towards the back post. Not a bad looking sort of ball. As Kambala sacrificed a defensive player for an attacking player, because they need an equalizer out there.
Obviously, yes, he needs to bring in an offensive player to try and see if he can work things out for them. But it looked like they are finding things very difficult. And Serrez has been out for Seko Fofana. We all know his work rate, his physical dominance, and his ability to drive the ball forward and break the lines as well with box-to-box, great energy.
This is beautiful stuff. Now Conan! A teasing ball there to the back post. Benildo now with some choice words for his teammates.
So furious.
Furious. It's a dangerous ball that, and good option there. Well, it was the only real option there because there was a way of the man behind him. That's Vakuna Bayo, the Udinese man who's just come on. Familiar to you, of course, that team Udinese. Badu.
Yes, that's my former club. And he's a good player as well. I've watched some of his games and he's doing well at Udinese. Let's see if he can have an impact in the game.
Making his 10th appearance for country. You can see them dominating even the corners count. Côte d'Ivoire, I think it's just a measure of how the dominance from an attacking point of view. So tried a rather difficult pass there. Conan has had a brilliant game down this left-hand side.
Absolutely, very brilliant game. Kalilai hasn't problem with Conan and Diamond at the flanks.
Fofana, who's been introduced as Seko Fofana, man who scored the opening goal of AFCON 2023 and that 2-0 win over Guinea-Bissau.
Great player, box to box. He searched for it very well, and it's my former player at Udinese as well.
Plays for Stade Rennes in France these days. Another one born in France was a France junior international from under 16 level to all the way up to under 19. Before opting to play for Côte d'Ivoire in 2017. Dangerous looking ball. Oh, keeper would have been stranded there. Bayo nearly finding the target. Would have been his fourth international goal. Clever little chip there from Kessie.
Who else again? Kessie has been very instrumental in the second half. A great ball to Bayo. He should have scored this. It was a great chance. But I think he body position and I didn't get the ball away.
Closed his eyes.
That hit him. Striker has his caliber, should have scored this.
Absolutely. Free header.
Yeah, free header.
Challenged. Yeah. Conan. Joman. Due. Ahmad. Yes, in a position now to start managing the game. Or is it still too early for that? They haven't, Mozambique, to be fair, in the second half, haven't really looked like scoring.
They completely lost their game. They completely lost their balance. And now they are getting all the penetration passes in the middle.
Here's Seko Fofana. Conan miscue this time. It's really been an excellent performance from the man who plays for Gil Vicente in Portugal. Quarter of an hour remaining at the Grand Stade de Marrakech. The defending champions. on course here for an opening day victory, keeping up their proud record in opening matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, attendance for this match 30,041. سيداتي وسادتي الحضور الرسمي لمباراة اليوم 13.
As heard the announcement there, official attendance much improved on the first match day here, 13,041. Long may that continue. I'd like to see more people coming to the stadium. The Grand Stade is, to be fair, is quite some way out of the city of Marrakesh, so especially when you're a neutral, you have to be really committed to the game and under such conditions to make your way to the stadium. So credit to all those neutrals that have come out. Jenny combining with Kalila, a rare overlapping run from Kalila in the second half. Diomande back helping out in defense. Certainly hasn't dodged that responsibility of helping in defense.
I think they are still in the game. That was a teasing cross by solid defensive work from.
They were getting a lot of joy from Kalila in the first half every time he went on the overlap down the right-hand side, but they haven't been able to do much of that in the second half. He's been picked back. He's had more defending to do against Conan.
Absolutely, because now Diomande is gradually coming back to help, and it's worrying Khalil. But they are still in the game. They are keeping their composure.
Well, for as long as it stays 1-0, they're definitely still in it. Fofana could change that now. Picks out Ahmad. Wanting to tee something up there on the left peg. Now here's Jenny. He's pulled back. Should it be a free kick? And is.
That was an experienced foul.
Yeah. A tactical foul there from Sangare. Ibrahim Sangare. Plays for Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. Kalila. Jenny. Now coming alive again, Jenny. Still Jenny. Great run from Jenny. Just gets the corner. Much better from Mozambique.
Yes, much better. I think they keep their composure. They are playing very well. And you cannot allow Jenny to turn with the ball. He should have rushing very well. But an experienced Sangara will not allow you to go. Great defensive work from Sangara.
Now they've got it starting to just get a little bit more adventurous now, Mozambique. Starting to show a little bit more urgency here. They still got time to try and steal a point here. And really, it would be a case of stealing a point because they have been dominated, but they're coming alive. Here's Jenny. Still Jenny. Holding it up now. Kima. Boxing it wide. Ivory Coast getting numbers behind the ball. And Bruno, as the Doué goes in with a challenge.
Good defensive work from Doué. It's been very fantastic throughout the game.
Let's have a look at this. A little disappointing that. Jenny, who's pretty much the most lively player in attack for Mozambique, is an incredible story around how his career unfolded. Went to South Africa in search of a club at some point. Ended up playing Sunday League football while preparing for trials. There was no interest, believe it or not. It's a case of one who got away, really, I guess, for the PSL sides. As you see this yellow card for Diomande going in on Kalila.
I think that was a necessary tackle from behind.
Catching his man there and picking up a yellow. Diomande joins Ahmad in the book. Haven't seen much of him on attack in the second half as we did in the first. Right, here comes another change then for Côte d'Ivoire. Oumar Diakité. And a big cheer for Ahmad, who, as things stand, looks like his goal may be the winner. And that's how it came.
The Manchester United star have been very instrumental in the game and have a great game.
Diakité of Cercle Rouge in Belgium. He's 20 years old, another rising talent in this Ivorian side. So that story about Jenny not able to impress anyone or get a trial out in South Africa's PSL, and now today he's playing UEFA Champions League football with Sporting Lisboa. Good to track him back there from Reinildo.
Ronaldo Mandeva have shown experience at their back line and great leadership qualities.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been solid. Still possession numbers in favor of Côte d'Ivoire, although in the last 15 minutes or so, just 10 to 15 minutes, we've seen Mozambique coming into it more. Here is the great Dominguez Pelembe, 42 years young, becoming the second oldest player to feature at the Nations Cup. And the man who holds the record being the oldest is the great Egyptian goalkeeper, Essam El Hadri, who was 44 years old when he featured in his last Nations Cup in the 2017 final against Cameroon. Who won it under Hugo Bruch, who is out here looking to repeat that effort with South Africa's Bafana Bafana. A bit of encouragement there from Chiquinho. Yes. Disappointing ball.
Very disappointing ball.
Another change coming, this time from Mozambique. Infren, who is a right back, is about to be introduced, and I think perhaps, yeah, it's a straight swap with Kalila. Maybe just run out of gas. He's worked hard as Kalila.
He did it best, but I think he had a tough time with Diomande and Kolan at the flanks today. But he was good.
Infren, the man has just come on. And plays for Songbo in Mozambique. Time running out here for Osmambas to try and get back on level terms, but it's still 1-0, so they're in it, still in it.
Number 23, Diego Kalila. Representing number 2, Nanani Matola. تغيير في صفوف منتخب موزمبيق. خروج اللاعب 23 دييغو كاليلا ودخول اللاعب رقم 2
Dominguez.
ماتولا.
A living legend of African football is Dominguez, his third Nations Cup. Made his international debut way back in 2004. A career, it's like 21 years of playing international football. That is absolutely remarkable. And he was a late bloomer compared to how young players are these days when they make the international team. He was 20.
You might think otherwise about the decision of the referee here.
I was impressed with what I saw there from Khalida, particularly in the first half. He was, offered something wide on attack. But in the second half, he had to stick to his primary job of defending. As a foul on Jenny. I think his story is certainly one that shows you that you never give up. Never give up on your dream.
But it all comes with strong mentality as well.
Yeah. He's represented Mozambique at under 17 and under 20 levels as well. Got his senior first cap in 2019 and scored against Mauritius on debut as he whips one in here. Comes off Kima. Looking for Infran. And shepherded behind for a goal kick by Gislan. A very impressive Gislan Konan.
Evans Ndinka and Kozuno have won all the area duels, and it's really very effective for the Ivory Coast national team. Great defensive work from them.
Yes, as well, delight Metzfry, the coach. You saw Zah on the bench. He had a fine game, given a start, and I suppose it makes sense if you're going to recall a man for the first time after 3 years. It wouldn't make sense. Ooh. As trying to barge his way through there was Diakite. Kept out in the end by Mesher. Dominguez. Bruno gets the free kick. Need to try and get something in the box now.
They are still playing. They still believe. There's still more time, because when it comes to association football, anything can happen at any given time.
I love how you call it association football. Real old school stuff.
We need to mix the new generation and the old stuff.
As opposed to rugby football. And this one floated in, and a man who slips out. They're appealing. VAR will have a look, no doubt. Now to the back post. They're lining up there, but Côte d'Ivoire clear their lines. Was there a foul in the box there? But there could be problems here. Chance to wrap it up here for Côte d'Ivoire. Oh, dilly-dallied on the ball. And, oh my word. How did they not score there? Fabulous defensive work, scrambling defense by the Mambas here. But really, Bayo was in on goal. But I think Dominguez is asking the question about what happened at the other end there. There's a challenge on Meshe for you, Badu?
Absolutely nothing. That was so soft. It went down easily. I absolutely don't know what Frank Kessie wanted to do. I don't know if he wanted to give a flick back pass to Fofana, or he wanted to dribble the goalkeeper.
And Bayo gets 2 bites at it, does Bayo. And, well, Kima does some good work, to be fair. But,
I think he got the shot very well, but Guma was in the post and he did a great job as well.
That's right. Kessie was in on goal and should have finished that one now. What as Hernan congratulates Kima for that the block. has kept them in it. Is there a check? There is some sort of check. But what are they checking? Unfortunately,
I think they are checking if the goalkeeper was out of the 18 box. No.
Nothing doing. Play continues with the corner. Into stoppage time we go. Still waiting for the indication from our fourth official, Mr. Mahama of Chad, to indicate the sign has gone up. It's 4 minutes, minimum 4 minutes. That will be added at the end of the second half as the rain continues to come down here. This is Sangare.
4 minutes.
Space opening up then in front of Renildo. But they need to get the ball up quickly now. They need to try and get the ball into the box. Time is running out. Nearly had a minute and a half of the minimum 4 to be added on. This is a result that would take Côte d'Ivoire top of the group. With the next game to come, Gabon against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. That one kicking off at 9 o'clock local time. So in just over half an hour's time. Now, Côte d'Ivoire showing defensive organization now. They got lots of men behind the ball. Dominguez, can he work a bit of his old magic? Doesn't have the pace of years gone by. This tends to happen when you're like 42 years old. Jenny definitely comes out of this game with a lot of credit. There's Jenny. Float one to the back post. Confident catch by Yahia Fofana.
I think it left 2 minutes for the game to finish. I don't know why Jenny Katamo is holding the ball like this. You should have been putting the ball in the box.
Ayo holding it up. Turn there's Fofana, Sekou Fofana. Jenny. Sorry, it's a foul there by Doué. Man foul. It's Faisal. Faisal wins the free kick. But they've gone backwards here. Mozambique is into the last 30 seconds. Now space opening up here for Jenny. Still Jenny. Still Jenny! Oh, no! No real power behind the shot. And credit the keeper. Gets down well, there's the big man to make the save.
What the player is, he's very good 1v1. He's not afraid. And he knows when he always is in the box, he's like a king. He plays the ball, but that was the feeble one.
Unlucky, and that was probably that for Oshmambas, who, well, the wait continues. 16 matches at the Nations Cup now, and they still await the first win for the defending champions, looking like they're to extend their proud record in opening matches. And there you go, as the crowd erupts. Well, disappointment for Jenny. He had a fabulous game, but in the end, the quality of the Ivorians shone through. Badu.
Yes, the defending champions once again have won the game. They are well experienced and have a lot of experienced players. They created a lot of chances and deserve to win the game.
As they did on home ground, they opened the campaign with a win and stretched it to 14 matches on opening day without defeat. It's ended here. Côte d'Ivoire 1, Mozambique 0.